Hello, welcome back. I went to sleep thinking about this look. I woke up thinking about this look. It's everything. It's of course no other than Zendaya's Spider-Man premiere look by Ernesto Casillas. I was going to do the Odyssey, like white inner corner look. I was going to do the grunge Spider-Man one, and then I saw this and I thought, I've got to do it. I haven't had time to catch up. She's on our next. We haven't had time. But this one did something specific to me, especially the hair. Like, as someone who's grown up fighting frizzy, unruly, Hagrid, blah, 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 whatever hair, seeing that out on the red carpet, something within me has been healed by Zendaya. So this is really the kind of makeup that I love in summer anyway. Quite minimal, a lot of blush, just really beautiful, ethereal, very feminine. Yeah. Let's go. I did bring some hair clips, which I've already lost. I swear I literally just picked them up. Good start. She did, in fact, not pick them up. It is honestly 30 degrees in here, but luckily the overall vibes are frizz. So pretty. Skin's pretty minimal, actually. I don't think there's really very much on there. She doesn't really need very much of anything. She's perfect. Peel off lip stain. This is the Maybelline in Haze. She doesn't have a very overlined lip, which is scary for me. I like to do makeup recreations in a way that I would wear it. I'm not trying to like become Zendaya with the best will in the world. It's not going to happen. Sometimes I will adapt it a little bit so it feels more wearable for me. There we go. A bit of Vive Super Skin Nova. The skin isn't super glowy. It's more of like a soft, diffused glow rather than like glowy. So I think this is going to be perfect. Adds a little bit of bronze to the skin. This is just one of my favourite products ever. You can really just chuck this on and be done with it. Okay. Base, I'm also going to go Vive Skin Nova Complexion Balm. As soon as I think of that soft, cloud-like, your skin but better, she was my first thought. I've actually got a bit of a tan. I just got back from France. I didn't really lay in the sun very much, but I feel like I actually look a bit more tanned now I've got home. You know, when you're back in your environment, you're like, oh, I actually know how I looked in here before I left. Don't feel like I looked very tan in France. I'm sure she does have quite a bit more makeup on, of course, for red carpet and stuff. There's always a lot more on, so I want this to be like a wearable kind of version of that. I'm going to layer products up quite a bit, even though it looks like there's barely anything on her skin, which is the whole point, and that's the artistry of it all. There will be quite a lot of makeup on there. Just for red carpets, high flash pictures, you need a hell of a lot of makeup on your face to not look crazy. I saw the breakdown of it. I think it was all Charlotte Tilbury used. I'm actually not a big Charlotte Tilbury girl. I think the packaging just scares me off, but I actually know a lot of their products are really nice. But that skin, that's already looking good. I also dyed my eyebrows this morning in honour of Zendaya because I would go to war over her eyebrows. Hourglass concealer, the best of the best. And it almost looks like she doesn't have much under eye concealer on. Like, it's not a super bright under eye. I can't really tell if she has like a bit of bronzer underneath her eyes as well. I think she might have a little bit. Again, in these pictures, it looks like there's like no makeup on their skin. It looks like they've got no eye makeup on. And then you'll see a picture in certain lighting. You're like, oh, it's a smoky eye. Like, it literally just clears everything off. And in the way that her makeup artist takes pictures of her, they are beautiful. But I assume they're probably like a digital camera that just... So I always try and bear that in mind when I'm doing things. Like, a lot of makeup will look like a lot of makeup, and that's totally fine. Even though this is quite a high coverage concealer, if you just use a small amount, which I haven't even really done there, but I do find that it shears out and it blends really nicely into other products. And I am going to bring it on the inner corner. I'm loving the makeup that she's wearing at the moment. A lot of this like very bright inner corner, all the Odyssey stuff. Ugh. Sensational. I'm finally going to see the Odyssey on Saturday. I am such a Greek mythology lover. Like, Greek mythology books are my akatar. Like, they've always been my version of fantasy. I think I've read every feminine Greek retelling ever. I couldn't fit in seeing it before I went away, so I'm going to go on Saturday. I am going to drive 50 minutes to an IMAX cinema. I debated not, and then I thought, if I'm doing it, let's just do it properly. As Christopher Nolan intended, as they say. Again, it doesn't look like she has much contour or bronzer on, but she will. So I'm going to do Vive Silhouette Stick, just a very subtle light contour. It really is all about the blush in this look, and her blush is also quite low, so I am going to bring everything a little bit lower than I usually do. Even just changing up where you apply your products makes such a big difference. I'm actually going to do a bit of this on my eyelids as well. Should we do a bit underneath? No. I'm going to see how it looks with everything else, because I think she's got like a little bronzy under the eyes. There's some secrets. There's definitely something. I always like to have a bit of shape to my face. She also, in the non-weirdest way possible, has the best forehead. Like, her hair literally comes down to about here. I'm like, why is my forehead 13 times the size of Zendaya's? It's just bang out. I'm going to take this off now, so when we start doing the blush, I can make sure it's similar colour. That's actually a really nice shade. I normally use Aura, it's slightly browner. Her lips are like this perfect rosy pink. I think it is Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I'm going to do a bit of brow gel before I go on to blush. Vive Brow Gel, just the best brow gel ever. I love when my brows are freshly dyed. I don't really have to do very much to them, but this will just hold them. See, I thought I had a skinny brow. I honestly thought I'd like thinned my brows out so much. And then the second I dye them, it's all there in the shadows. I'm going to push the fronts of my brows in a little bit. Zendaya's brows are like quite close together, which I really like on her, so let's give the impression of that. Blushes. I have got a plethora of blushes that I think might work. I don't seem to have that exact shade for someone that has 5,000 blushes. The closest thing I think will be in the Makeup Forever, maybe like this. Seems quite similar. I've also got this from Benefit, which is slightly pinker, but it might be nice. Of MAC Peachy Keen, because in some lights it looks a lot peachier on her, and in some lights it looks a bit pinker redder. So I'm just going to go with what I think. The shape of her face is so perfect for blush. I don't think I've ever seen blush look so good. Oh, it kind of does something actually at being low. Am I Zendaya? Her blush is almost running like to her lip, which I think is one of the reasons this look is so like cohesive and beautiful, because all the colour is here. It's really beautiful sweep of colour quite low down. I don't think I've ever done my blush here. That feels really odd. Going with a bit of this deeper reddy tone. These palettes are just the greatest thing ever. Okay, intensifying that a little bit. Again, this is one of those you need to have a lot more on than you think. For blush, especially, to really show up in a picture, you have to have so much on. So I'm going to layer and layer and layer until I can't layer anymore. I'm going to do a bit of Peachy Keen. If it's too pink, we can bring it back down, but I think it will give that like fairy, whimsical kind of look. It's also really nice to set that part of the skin. I am going to do a bit of setting powder, but I don't want too much on. I feel like her whole look is very glowy and like not powdery. Whatever's left on that brush from the cream, I'm just going to bring it up and round the sides of my eyes. So the bulk of the colour is still low down, but everything feels like it's working as one. I feel I am inevitably going to add more blush, but I'm going to set my skin a little bit and then I can always add more after. I'm going to use the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I've actually never used this before, but I saw it in my drawer and I thought, love Hourglass, love a translucent powder. Let's see. I like the packaging a lot. It has this almost like gold bowl that the powder sits in. I'm just going to do a little teeny puff. Pat a bit on the back of my hand. Ooh, it feels very nice. Bring it down the sides of my nose and underneath the eye. Just want to stop everything moving and add a little bit of brightness. I'm sadly not a big fan of the Hourglass pressed powder. I really wanted to love it and I just didn't. I think I'm just more of a translucent powder girl, to be fair. I always feel like I get this perfect like airbrush look from a translucent powder, and I just don't usually get that from a set powder. I like pressed powders for like touch-ups throughout the day and a little bit of extra mattifying, but for the bulk of it, I'm a loose powder girl. And that's actually all I'm going to do for powder. I don't want to do too much. I don't want the skin to look too flat. I like in pictures where you still have a little bit of that juiciness coming through. Back in with a bit of that blush. I think a lot of rules in makeup are a little bit constricting. Like, they always say to not layer creams over powders, and I get that it's because it can move, but a lot of times it just doesn't. And I think it adds such a nice amount of glow back into the skin. Like, that's just woken my skin back up. in a way that I wouldn't get if I layered another powder blush. I always just urge people to try things. Some products work together, some things don't. Maybe don't try it on like your wedding day, but when you're just playing with makeup, just try things. Some things do layer really nicely. I find I don't like a stick on top of a powder. That's always danger zone. But if you're just patting into a cream product and you're really gentle with it, it should be okay. I'm going to do a touch of that blush around my temples. Again, just that facial harmony. I like when everything feels like it's of the same look. I'm liking this a lot. Maybe I'm a low blush convert. I really like that. Such a small difference, but it literally does make me feel like Athena. I know this is for Spider-Man premiere, but to me, this is Athena makeup. And I've never seen Spider-Man, and I'm not going to. I do have a little pressed powder from Pat McGrath. This is something pink, but everything has wiped off. And I might chuck a little bit of that on, just directly under my eyes and in the inner corner, just for that very kind of fairy look. I've actually been doing my makeup like this a lot recently anyway, so I think as soon as I saw this look, I was like, me and Zendaya, we're cut from the same cloth, you know? It's always the one thing that when I want to look different, I'll do like a really bright inner corner. It's the one step that if I do, I'm like, yeah, I look different. It just does something. I think the whole world is into a very fresh eye, aren't they? I saw something the other day about mascara searches being down by like 70% or something. Whatever that means. I think it's just been too hot. I think mascara is just melting off everyone. For the eyes, I feel like she's got a little something going on. Nothing much, but a little something. She's got brown mascara on for sure. I think maybe something somewhere else. So I'm going to do something in between. Giorgio Armani Silk, Luminous Silk Bronzing Powder. I love her very much, as you can tell. I do this pretty much every day. I just run a bit of this across my eyelids and it just does something. It gives me something without having to actually do any eyeshadow. See, simple as that. It still feels matte, but in some pictures you'll get like a teeny little bit of sparkle from it. That's kind of pretty close to what she's got on. I am going to do a little bit underneath as well. I feel like she has got something. I know I said we weren't bronzing much, but I'm a layer. I'm going to run a bit around here. Just a tiny bit around the temples and do a bit on my chest as well. I actually found a self-portrait dress that I have that has like the diamondy straps like the dress that she was wearing, so am I going to put it on? Yes, I am. I'm going to sweat to death, but it's going to be so worth it. I think I'm just going to tightline the top lash line. Where she's got really beautiful dark brown eyes, she already has quite a lot of contrast. And do Hourglass. This is actually a new one I've been using. This is the Gel Waterproof Eyeliner in Voyeur. This is the dark brown. It's really nice. I love that it's a windy up pencil as well. I hate sharpening things that are going in my eyes. It just feels wrong. And I'm just going to push that underneath. This is actually a good little tip. If you aren't wearing mascara and you want your lashes to look thicker, like already that's given me a little bit of contrast. I always think about getting a lash lift again. I've had a couple and I really like them, but they're almost like so upwards that they're like just poking me in the eye, or they've dropped. I feel like there's a sweet spot that's like a week. It's like an avocado. It's like a very small window where I like them. A bit of mascara. I feel like whatever I put on is going to look like I've got too much on. I already know it. Sometimes I put mascara on and then I end up like almost wiping it off a little bit. But it's just impossible to put like the tiniest amount of mascara on, but we're going to try. This is the Nabla Deep Brown. It's a really nice warm chocolate brown. See, already literally like a little couple of spikes. One last hurrah, we're going to do a little bit more blush. Go back in with that powder. It is a very blushy look. For the lip colour, I've got a few bits here that kind of sprung to mind. First one is this Prada lipstick in the shade P155, I think it is. It's like a really soft pink. Every time I wear this, I feel quite pretty. Every time I wear this colour. I think that's probably going to be the closest thing. Got a few different liners, a couple of Makeup Forevers and a Kylie. This is another lipstick that kind of gives me that vibe, but I think it might be a little bit too sheer. Her lips are quite matte in that picture. I'm going to go with Anywhere Caffeine and just create a really soft, diffused shape. I think as long as the line isn't harsh anywhere, it will look fine. She's got beautiful lips, so I do think this is probably going to be the closest thing. It's going to work quite nicely with the blush colour. This is a lipstick I don't wear very often, but whenever I do, I love it. I feel like a fairy. I'm going to set with the Pat McGrath Longwear Blurring Setting Spray. Her skin has that gorgeous, soft, cheruby blurred look anyway, so I think this will be perfect. Let that dry. You can just use anything like this to just mattify any lip product. I like to do that. I've got some things that I love the colour of them, but the finish isn't quite right. It's a really good way to mattify. Yeah, I feel like that's it. That might have been the little tiny thing that I needed. Sort my hair out. I think I need to just fluff her up a bit. This has really spurred me on to keep growing my hair as well, because if I can get it to that length, I'm actually really glad my hair's staying thick and frizzy. I was worried that the longer it got, I was going to lose it and it was going to get a bit flat, but no danger of that. Okay, let me put this dress on. It is truly the last thing I want to have on in this temperature, but I'm a woman with a vision, okay? Oh, I don't know if I can sit down. Oh, God. Oh, bloody hell. Ow. Oh, my God, it's very tight. It's very tight. Do a bit of bronze on the chest. Give my hair a little brush, because this is actually exactly what my hair does. When it's been dried with product in it or something, and then I brush it out, it does this. I posted a picture of her hair on my story yesterday saying how much I loved it, and someone replied like, my hair does this naturally, I hate it, we always want what we don't have. And I said, speak for yourself, girl, I've got that, I love it. I feel like we're so conditioned to just be like, we want what we don't have, we don't love what we have. Why do we not love what we have? I think my hair's brilliant. Finishing touch. What would an angel smell like? YSL Libre Intense, I think. That is like the sexiest smell in the world. And there we go. That's the finished look. Should we put the fan on for effect? Can't actually move my arms, but I'll try. Are we cooking too much? That's quite strong actually. I love this so much. I'm actually, ooh, close one. I'm actually going to a party rooftopy thing tonight, so I'm gonna pull up dressed as Zendaya. No one can stop me. Everything that I've used will be linked in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching this, and thank you for being here as ever. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Enjoy the sun, and I will see you all very soon. Love you.